So what causes these allergies? This is very important because I don't do what I do to get repeat business. I do what I do to get you better and make you hopefully not have to see me anymore nearly as often. So that means some of it is going to be on you. I don't get to do it all for you. I wish I could. I'd love to eat healthy for you, exercise for you, and do all the stretching and workouts and all that for you. But you have to do this yourself. So what causes allergies and sensitivities? When we test you, we'll kind of talk about that a little bit because I'll relate it to what comes up for you to be more specific with each item. But ultimately what causes them is bad things. I'll give you an example. Emotional. We talked about emotions earlier. I had a lady when I first started, she got in a car accident. The steering wheel cracked her ribs in the car accident. And ever since then, anytime she touched certain materials and she figured out it was that leather kind of material, she would get hives up and down her arms. That emotional trauma, the brain's trying to protect her because of that bad history, that bad experience. And it says, I don't want you to go through that again. So I'm going to try to make you avoid that material now because it just kind of sensed that somehow. I don't know exactly how that works, but that's very common in those situations like this. So we had to treat her for that material and she was fine. She didn't get hives anymore. Negative association is probably the key word here. So I'll give you an example. Let's put it in a food perspective because that's the most common for sensitivities. With sensitivities, symptom-wise, some people think symptoms have to be so obvious. You eat it, you got your eyes swell shut, your throat gets itchy, or you break out in asthma or whatever. People think it has to be heavy symptoms. But I'm here to tell you that is not always the case. It is often the case, but not always the case. Because many times when you have sensitivities, it's more of a prolonged inflammatory reaction that leads to things like headaches or migraines, which I'll tell you that in my wife's story. Sometimes it's low energy, brain fog, you can't sleep well. So it doesn't always have to be a very severe, dramatic symptom, but it's enough that it can affect your lifestyle and your quality of life. So what is the main cause of most of these is that it's that negative association that I just mentioned. And I'm going to give you an example of a strawberry, okay? Negative association with a strawberry. Now, there's a lot of news right now going around that, one of the largest strawberry producers in the country, U.S. here, they're being found to be very toxic, okay? Now, strawberries by themselves and innately in what God gave us are totally fine. They're safe. But the problem is man steps in. He wants to use all these chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, GMOs. We want to make it last longer, smell fresher, be redder, be bigger. I mean, all these things they do and trying to outperform God, what God gave us. So what happens is we got this healthy strawberry, okay, nice and healthy, but this negative association, the bad stuff, attaches to it after we have it long enough. And it could be for some people weeks, some people years. I don't know when, and that's part of, genetics maybe, or how your exposure level, or who knows what it is. But anyways, that negative association will happen. So now every time you eat strawberries, because of this negative toxic sludge that's on it, your body thinks strawberries are bad for you. And then you go eat some healthy strawberries that are organic, clean, you grew in your own garden, your body still reacts. Well, it learned through that negative association that just all strawberries are bad. Well, and that's part of our treatment. We're going to break that negative association, obviously. But what causes these allergies are bad things. Quite often is these GMOs and pesticides and herbicides, things like that. So if you want to make your allergies stay gone for good, you really do have to try to do the best you can on living a clean quality of lifestyle. Doing as much organic, we're big fans. We grew a lot. We're in a new house now, so we'll get back to it. But our old house, we had tons of gardens. We grew tons of our own produce. So you want to do the best you can with it. You don't have to go that far. But we do only organic. Like if you come into our house and see our pantry, you're going to see we're 95, maybe actually 98% organic in there. Because I want to minimize that. Whether it makes a difference or not, I don't know. I mean, I'm 55. My health overall is way better than most 55-year-olds. So maybe it's working. I don't know. Maybe it's genetics. Either way, we want to take care of ourselves as best we can. And by avoiding on the chart, we can see toxins that will help minimize these allergies. And I'm going to give you another story now. I had a patient, for example, she came from New Mexico. She saw us and her big issue was gluten. She had celiac disease. And again, we didn't fix celiac disease. We made her body work better and celiac disease just went, bye-bye, no more. Okay, cool. But what we did was we went through our steps. We treated her. We just had to do allergies and sensitivities. Now, I told her if she wants to stay and keep this gone, this allergy sensitivity to gluten gone, she should probably do more organic on her grains, right? Makes sense. Well, she just was enjoying life so much that she's getting to eat all these foods she could never eat before. So she's like, you know what, Dr. Foster, it's okay. I'll be fine. Well, sure enough, a year later, that allergy came back. So she came back. We treated her. She got to pay us again. So yay for us, right? again, that's not why I do what I do. But anyway, she did another treatment. And I said, I don't remember her name. This is so long ago. I said, if you eat more organic, this isn't going to come back so much. And you don't have to worry about it and have to keep coming back. No, it's fine. It gives me an excuse to come and see you guys again, Dr. Foster. And I have a few friends here that I get to see too. So it's fine. All right, that's okay. I said, the problem though isn't that the allergy comes back. The problem is that it's damaging your body. And that's a symptom. So that means there's other things going on inflammatory wise in your body. I said, so it's not the best scenario to be doing this just because it's not a big deal. You can come back and visit us. You don't need to have to be treated for gluten, if you will. Well, 2 years later, she comes, not 2 years, the second year, she comes back again, another treatment. Third year, she comes back again, another treatment, not doing organic. Fourth year, she didn't come back. Give a few months. I had my front desk person, Judy, call her up and say, hey, and again, I don't remember her name. I had her ask her, how's she doing? What's going on? She's not here. Is everything okay? I'm kind of a little worried about her. And she said, no, tell Dr. Foster I'm doing great. She goes, I took his advice and I'm eating organic and I'm doing great still. I don't have any issues. I think we had to practice for at least 5 years beyond that, at least 5, maybe 7. And she never had to come back. It held that long. So I don't know what it's holding now. I mean, I'll know how long people hold in another 50 or 100 years, right? We'll get this figured out. But ultimately, she's still holding just fine, as far as I know. I mean, I did sell the practice in 19, so, but it was at least 7 years after that, 5 to 7 years after that she was fine. So do your best on avoiding the toxins, eating organic, and dealing with the other 6 steps that you can deal with on your own, from exercise, EMFs, emotional work, and then toxins, of course, and good nutrition.